Thank you. You might be glad to hear that I'm not actually going to mention the word Brexit or EU for the next 5 minutes. So my name is John Hester, and as well as part of the Young Seafood Leaders Network, I'm also head of supply chain and operations for Young Seafood, our Fraserburgh processing plant. I've been at Young's for just short of 2 years now, and I'm responsible for the overall end-to-end operations at the site, right through from supply chain management, production management, engineering, forecasting, everything for my sins. Prior to that, I was head of supply chain for Brewdog and group supply chain manager at Johnson's of Elgin, so I've been quite a diverse role from luxury textiles into the brewery trade and then into the fish industry. Laterally to that, I ran my own engineering business, specialising in catering and hospitality trade, manufacturing specialist ducting equipment. So a little bit about Young's and our passion as a business and how that's going to include our kind of working together with Seafish and the Young Leaders Network. So we're all about inspiring a love of fish is what we do, and how we can inspire others within the industry is also, which is the easier task, but inspiring others outside that as well. So in Britain, you can't be more than 75 miles from the coast, yet incredibly, we consume around 4 times more meat than fish per person. Why is that? Well, most people don't like handling it. We don't know what to do with it. It's expensive, and we might mess it up. We know it's good for us. We like it. In fact, we choose it a lot when we go to restaurants, but we just don't trust ourselves at home. We believe a fish-loving nation is a happier, healthier nation. So we inspire people to love fish now and for generations to come. That is Young's vision, and to do this, we need future leaders in the industry, not only at Young's, but also across all walks to carry this vision on for the future. And we're dedicated to do this in a responsible and sustainable manner. Everyone in our business shares a passion for bringing delicious seafood to our customers, and we're proud to say we're dedicated to do this in a sustainable and a responsible manner. We should be good at it. We've been specialising in seafood for around about 200 years, and our Fish for Life principles have led the industry for over a decade. Put simply, we believe in doing the right thing for our people, planet, and partners. That's what Fish for Life means. It's ingrained in every part of everything we do at our business and what we do at work. So, what are the main challenges ahead in the seafood industry? Well, I'm sure you know a lot of these, and if we look at a macro industry level, first we need to adapt to climate change. Our oceans are demonstrably impacted by climate change, changes to global currents, changes to temperature, and changes in pH, potentially significantly changes in species abundance and distribution. In short, fish will not be in the same places, in the same numbers as they used to be, and the global fishery managers and harvesters, we need to adapt to ensure sustainable exploitation. With major retailers and food service businesses needing to change and or diversify their consumer offerings. Retaining leaders or future leaders is imperative to future-proof our industry. How do we attract people into the career within the seafood industry, and how do we retain leaders within the industry from going elsewhere? This is what we hope that Young Leaders Network will combat and work together with all industries outside and inside the seafood industry. Fish and seafood is a global commodity. It's sourced globally. We have a responsibility to make sure that good social conditions and fair environments are demonstrated, especially in developing world aquaculture and wild capture fisheries. And we all have the responsibility to do what we can to reduce plastics and microplastics in the food chain. So, a little bit about the network. The network will be a platform for knowledge sharing and appreciation of best practice. The goals within the Seafood Leaders Network is to provide opportunities for exploration of business ideas, provide networking opportunities, facilitate partnerships and mentoring between young professionals and experienced industry practitioners, develop leadership skills, identify professional development opportunities, maintain a thriving seafood industry for the future, keep leaders within the industry, identify young, emerging talent, attract new and future leaders into the industry, and support, develop, and mentor future leaders within the industry. I had the opportunity to be a delegate at the North Atlantic Seafood Forum in Bergen in Norway earlier this month. It was great to hear from industry leaders from a variety of expertise, including sustainability, environmental impacts, and future technologies, to name but a few. I also attended the Day Zero conference of the North Atlantic Seafood Young Leaders Summit to see how the Norwegian and young US leaders networks are established. Norway and US leaders are very mature and established, and we're very much in our infancy. We've only technically been going since October, so it's great to see how they have matured and how they're working to support young leaders in the industry, but also support the whole industry as a whole to have that next step up. I was also given the opportunity to speak at the Seafish luncheon to invitees about the network, about our future aspirations for the network. I'd like to thank Seafish and my employees Youngs for giving me the opportunity and support during the start of the Young Leaders Network and how that's going to be grown. Youngs is we're a large employer, over 2,000 people, and we are, as a business, are looking to support the initiative of the Young Leaders Network, and hopefully there's good things to come for the future. And that's it. Thank you.